You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I...
Oh yes! A lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah. It's your boy Podmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mix up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana, where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana, to grow up in a land united and free, with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future.
Yo, nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way out the country looking, man, it left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy, the girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working, the government working. The government working, the government working. The government working, the government working. The government working. Don't mix me with politics. I use the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come clear some kicks. Can laser bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it on me, I still giving it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Government working. The 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 government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. They're walking. Them walking. They're walking. Now I said them walking. A little mix me. I don't do politics. Yo, nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way out the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government walking. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government walking. 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 Don't mix me with politics. I use the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come here some kicks. Can laser bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government walking. 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 The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them the little finger. Government walking. The 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 government walking. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government walking. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. They're walking. Them walking. They're walking. Now I said them walking. A little mix me. I don't do politics.
Good morning, guys. Welcome down to Livewire. It's the 16th of April, and we're here for yet another episode. Morning to all the persons tuned in already. Rahim Amarali, Eunice Rapubir. Morning to you. Eunice is joining us from Canada, along with Joe Napi John, Neil Ramlo Chan from NYEC. Pushram Kishore, morning to you. Chris, Derek Drew Paul Joseph, Eddie Ramnath, Vina Ram Karan, Dial Sukram, good morning to you, brother. Jane, good morning. Danaram Bishram, morning to you. Faisal Ghani, Sherwin Siram, Henry Jagdeo, morning to you. Shakela Khan, morning to you. Daniel Dale Henry, sorry, good morning to you. Check Neil, morning to you, brother. Terrence, morning to you. Terrence joining us from Madhya. We have Sam A joining us from Manhattan, New York. Pam Singh, good morning to you and Trevor. Mohammed Isaf, Christopher Prasad, Lola Hari, Narain Singh, morning to you. Sunil Raghubir, Taras Brian, Dr. Nandalal, Earing Ward, good morning to you. Joining us all the way from Bartica. Mr. Ward was in Isanu yesterday or the day before. Bringing the work of the government to the people. Tulsi Ram Chetty, morning to you. Malchan Prem Kumar, good morning to you. Soma Bipath, Tracy Martindale from Bartica as well, good morning to you. Jillian Lewis, Rennie Prasad, good morning. Shirley Singh, Chitra Sukraj, Jillian Lewis, morning to you. Jasmine Baldio, Miss Bob, morning to you. Leroy Mangal joining us from the NYC. Ramnarain Singh, morning to you. Marisha Sami, yeah, yeah, Marisha says she's right on time today. Trouble. Mazo Inshan, morning. Nirmala Allen joining us from Barbados. Good morning to you. Shakil Brijlal of Essequibo now of the East Bank. Morning to you. Vishnu Rampasad, my former vice principal, was it? One out of the two. My former one of my former educators. Good morning to you, sir. Soden Balkaran, morning to you. Miss Ramcharan, morning to you. Ophelia Nelson, Ophibia, Miss Nelson, morning to you. Michael, morning to you. Sally Jones, Rupert Messiah. Andrea Matthews, morning to you. Savita Sukraj, Prasad Patti, good morning. Anju Chatapal joining us from Bartica. Rajan Datadin from NYC. Morning to everybody tuned in to the live. Morning to all of y'all. This morning, I'd like to remind persons there's a meeting happening today, a contract signing as well for road works in the Liliendal Sophia area. That will be happening at 4 p.m. at the Sophia Primary School, and the Vice President, along with several other ministers of government, will be there for this signing today. And there's also another happening a little later in the day after the one at Sophia Primary, and this one is for road works in the Turkine Sophia area, and this will be at the Seafield Multipurpose Center, and this will commence from 5:15. So persons in the environs, persons who are interested in finding out the plans that the government has for that area and the surrounding areas, you guys can come out to the meeting. Like I said, it's a community meeting and a contract signing, so the road works have already been divvied up and everybody knows what is going to be happening in relation to that. But as it relates to further development in the community, this is a good opportunity for persons to come out and hear what your government officials have to say and how they plan on moving your community forward. And so those two events happening today, and you guys can go out and take part in that. I was mentioning Office of the Prime Minister Representative Mr. Ward earlier, and I said he was in Isanu, and he would have been in that area, doing the work of the government, and brought some additional relief to, I guess, the NDC or the village councillor, whoever's. Isanu is an indigenous community. I don't think it's a mining area, but let me go to his profile and get the right information for you. So Mr. Ward was in Isanu, and they took in a 75 horsepower engine, which will be used to take the children to school in that area, right? So this here is Mr. Ward and team delivering this 7 to 5 engine to assist with the transport of the young ones to school in Isanu, Region 7, right? So it's not only about Georgetown and those main areas. The Jillian, who cooking curry this early morning? Morning to John Campaign. John Campaign, I must give him a shout out. John has been working a lot with the youth and training some of the young MMA fighters. And MMA is not something that is popular in Guyana as yet, but it's getting there. And you know, John has been winning medals in jiu-jitsu and training persons in different disciplines of fighting, whether it's boxing, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is. You know, John has been working hard with that, and he has been seeing some successes. Not all the time his students, but John does win the fights. I hear he's supposed to be going pro, so you know we got a lot of medals heading our way in the future, right? Morning to Tiziana de Freitas. Wow, you haven't been on this live in a while. What breeze blow you here by? But we're glad you're here. And morning to you and the family. Morning to Councillor Chase Green on the program, right? Councillor Chase Green. Guys, let's get into it today. I don't have a lot of content to share with you, but we'll see how it goes. I was listening to Kadaki this morning and trouble, right? Trouble. So yesterday I was scrolling Facebook and I came across this here, Keandre Boer trying to be funny, you know. Look, listen, some of these people who try to find relevance with and the things that they use to try to find relevance, it always shocks me. No, there was a takeaway lunch or something the other day hosted by the PPP, and the middle photo was circulating on social media in terms of the quantity of food that they got at this thing or whatever it is, right? And here, I like people to be realistic. Let me be realistic. The photo that was circulated, I am not aware if it is a genuine photo of the food from the barbecue, but my assessment is clearly the rice or something was running out and the people had to ration it off to probably deal with the tickets that they had coming in. So I firmly do not believe that the intention at this PVP barbecue was to give people that amount of food. So, you know, I probably had a miscalculation in the amount of rice that they cook. And you understand? That's what happened. But Keandre were trying to be funny and entice people and make them feel, well, you know, you can get a bigger box of barbecue when you vote for Anno. But we have seen what Keandre Boer has to offer Guyanese, especially female Guyanese. You understand? And I do remember a day he was outside of the president's home. This thing, the Madia tragedy, the Madia incident had just happened. And he was in front of State House protesting. And he was in front of State House protesting. And I said, man, you protesting people. You call the Minister of Education to see how you could assist in this time. This is your aim, to come out here to protest whilst people grieving. So we ain't gonna give you any more relevance. Keandre Boer, we haven't heard of you assaulting women as of recent. That is good. You continue in that vein. But don't try to become relevant by drawing the People's Progressive Party Civic into your nonsense. You understand? Your party has yet to prove to persons its worth and why persons should gravitate towards ANO. ANO can't even represent itself properly. ANO can't even represent itself properly. The look, morning to Tanya Mohabir. Welcome to the live. Y'all is trouble here, you know. Yeah. Listen, Kian, we haven't heard you beating women. Keep it in that way. Don't try to bring relevance to yourself through the PPP's chicken and fried rice and the hops that they had in the box. Understand? Work on your party. Work on your party. And even them. Y'all remember the short man from Anno Carol Joseph, the beat up at GCOM during the elections? John, what free sessions you talking about? By you're offering free classes here? He needs to come and get a session with the boys, MMA. John, we don't fight. Peace and love. But yeah, Jonathan Yearwood, thank you, Sally Jones. Thank you, Sally Jones. Y'all remember, this is the guy. As a matter of fact, we should send Jonathan Yearwood to John's class. Let him learn to defend himself. Tanya Mahabir, we talk about that every day. If you came here today and, you know, that's not upfront, we talk about that every day. Every day. Anyway, so as I was saying to you guys, I heard again this morning somebody talking about the Constitutional Reform Committee, which the government has. And this is what we're doing, Tanya, the progress. We get to the progress now. Yeah, I heard somebody on Kadaki Amsterdam's program this morning talking about the Constitutional Reform Committee and Nigel Hughes' comments in relation to its constitution, the persons on the committee. Now, the gentleman was talking about there's no diversity in the committee and holding on to some of the points that Nigel Hughes made. Now, I often wonder if persons pay attention to the Vice President's press conference when he clearly shows you the hypocrisy of these statements, right? Now, do you guys remember was it the last press conference where the Vice President disaggregated the persons and where they came from this body? So it was 5 from the government, 5 from the opposition, and I think 10 from civil society or something of the sort. Let me get this photo. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because if we look at diversity, of the group, the persons who are from the People's Progressive Party Civic or representing the body, it represents the races of the country. It gives representation to females. Let's see, Constitution Reform Committee. So let me get the photo for you guys. Right? But when we look at it, it gives representation of persons, ethnicities, females, and then I must add, the government does not choose who goes on the constitution or who who the opposition chooses to go on the committee. The government has no say in that, right? So the government, the opposition has Mr. Alexander from GCOM. They got Mahipal. They got Nigel Hughes. I got any photo for y'all. They got Nigel Hughes. I see a guy that I don't know here. I don't know where he come from. But you see the diversity in the persons nominated by the government for this committee. Good. So here we go. Now look at this here. Let me put this WhatsApp on silent. Y'all is really anyway. So here we have the persons representing the People's Progressive Party Civic, and you have opposition representatives. Let's see this picture so I could see this guy's name properly. I don't know who this guy is here. Emmanuel, I don't know. I don't know who the guy is. So on the opposition side, you have Nigel Hughes, Mahipal, this gentleman in the middle, I don't know who he is, a representative of Anong. What's this guy's name again? This is the attorney, all the women, they're going crazy over during the elections rigging. And you got Vincent Alexander from GCOM, opposition representatives. So imagine Nigel Hughes talking about representation and this and that. And the side that nominated him nominated a completely male panel, right? Dominated by Afro-Guyanese. I don't know what to call this guy. God, what is that attorney name again, man? Y'all help me, please. What's this guy's name again? Oh, boy. Sally Jones, please help me. It's not Lennox Schumann. Lennox Schumann's not an attorney. What's his name? Jonas. Thank you. Yes, Jonas. So they have an all-male panel, right? Dominated by Afro-Guyanese, one Indo-Guyanese, and you have Mr. Timothy Jonas, what you could call him. He's of mixed race. It's like Portuguese and black or something, but he's of mixed race. Now look at the representation of the People's Progressive Party Civic. You have an indigenous person. You have a person of Afro descent, right? You got somebody Portuguese and two Indians. In my view, the top half of this photo here gives a broader representation of Guyana, right? While still taking into consideration the needs of women and having it being inclusive in terms of having women have a say in what is going on. And Nigel Hughes come to cause problems. The mere fact that the Nigel Hughes is on this committee, I think Nigel Hughes should shut his mouth. How many times in the opposition time in government, they reaching out to persons from at that time, the PPP was in opposition, reaching out to persons to be a part of committees and actually have a say in what's going on. I see young people there as well. This guy, he's a doctor or something. He's on the presidential, the youth council or something like that. So you got, and I'm sure civil society would have made that suggestion of his placement there, Dr. Josh or something like that, right? So how could Nigel Hughes talk about diversity when the entity that has put him there to represent them aren't showing anything in relation to diversity, right? Nothing in relation to diversity. So again, I show you opposition representation, government representation. And you always hear persons saying to you that the PPP is the only multi-ethnic or the largest multi-ethnic party in the country. And I dare say that that is so, because we've been hearing of Indo-Guyanese who have been really facing the pressure over there under the leadership of Father Abraham, comrade leader, Mr. Aubrey Norton, right? So again, I see Ubraj and them coming out to say, well, hey, yeah, treated we bad in here. And we do remember, I think I spoke about this yesterday, the treatment of Miss Chandan Edmonds, Miss Hastings, Ubraj, that Mussolini or Mursaline, the former treasurer. So the Indians in the PNC are under the pressure. And it's imperative to unequivocally condemn any form of racism or discrimination, regardless of the political context, right? The reported pattern of attacks, and I dare say vicious attacks, on Indo-Guyanese members of the opposition is deeply troubling and completely unacceptable. How could you claim to be a national party and you lambasting persons who have a different point of view from you? And mind you, if you look at it, the attacks aren't as vicious on those Afro-Guyanese opposition personnel who are making comments on the similar situations, right? Members of the opposition, such as Amna Ali, Gita Chanda, and Edmond, should not be subject to abuse simply for expressing independent views or questioning the actions of party leaders. Faisal in the mood today. Yeah, that's why. Right. Their treatment reflects the disturbing trend of intolerance within the political sphere of the PNC. Now, the disparity of treatment between Black and Indo-Guyanese members of the opposition is evident in reported incidents. While Black party colleagues expressing similar views face no such backlash, their Indian counterparts are subject to vicious attacks, indicating a double standard that must be addressed in the PNC. Are Indian Guyanese not allowed to share their opinion in that party? Those responsible for perpetuating and condoning racist attacks must be held accountable for their actions. This includes individuals like Norton's mother-in-law and others who engage in abusive behavior, as well as party leaders who fail to address and condemn such conduct. So up to now, you don't see people like Mahipal and I think Roysdale Ford, as somebody who wants to be the leader of the party, should show that, or come out and say something about this. These kinds of attacks on Indo-Guyanese doesn't augur well for the PNC. And I'm wondering if I should the point is the PNC, and why I pause is because I'm saying if the PNC treating Indian people good, Indian people will leave the party, which is a good thing, because they really got nothing to get over there. They're not offering them anything, and it would ensure outside of the work of the government that they stay in the opposition where they belong. But at the end of the day, I maintain that racist, discriminatory treatment should be reprimanded from any quarter that it's coming out from, right? Every individual, regardless of their ethnicity or political affiliation, deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. Personal attacks, racial slurs have no place in political discourse and must be firmly rejected by all parties and stakeholders, right? Guyana's strength lies in its diversity, and political parties should strive to foster an environment of unity and inclusivity. Embracing differing perspectives and engaging in constructive dialogue is essential for countries, or I should say specifically Guyana's progress and continued development. So it's a case of me wondering when the opposition would stop being the same old PNC, playing the same old cards, and now actually showing their hand, right? Now actually showing their hand in relation to their feeling towards Indo-Guyanese in that party. Where is Gita Chandan Edmonds? Anybody seen her? Would it do with the lady? Y'all, somebody please send me a recent photo of Gita Chandan Edmonds. I don't know. I'm worried about her. She may not be safe under this PNC thing. Right? So we can't have those sorts of things going on. Now, the victims of the racist attacks and discrimination, such as Amnali and Gita Chandan Edmonds, deserve support and solidarity from the broader community of their party. Right? Where are the women of the party? Whether you're Afro-Guyanese or Indo-Guyanese, the fact is that you all are women. Where is Christina? Where is Christina? Where is the Guyanese hypocrite? Those people should come out and condemn these kinds of actions towards, one, the Mati woman, and two, you understand me, they're comrades of Indian descent that share the same ideology of their party. The ideology is bare stupidness, but you understand, y'all on the same page. Why haven't y'all come out and represented these persons? Right? Where is Natasha Lewis, the MP? I think you're a supporter of Risedale 4. We haven't heard anything about you from you in relation to this. And why is Ganesh Mahipal, as an Indian MP and member of the PNC, not condemning these actions towards his fellow Indo-Guyanese of the party? We looking at it still, people. Yesterday, Sally Jones sent me some photos. Again, I ain't uploaded. I don't know what's going on with me. Sally Jones sent me some photos yesterday, and I want to share them with you so that you have a reminder of what is to come at the Congress, right? Just so for you guys to have a reminder. Do y'all remember Aubrey Norton standing outside of Congress Place? Wow. Sally Jones, please send me. No, I think I share it. Let me go to my profile. But y'all remember Aubrey Norton standing outside of Congress Place, claiming he's not taking part in the Congress because some jiggery-poogery happening and the joking the vote and all kind of thing. Y'all remember when Granger had was going for secretary? Now it seems Aubrey Norton pulling a Granger on the PNC. I don't know where you guys were. I don't know where you guys were when this happened, but you will remember to show you the photos, right? I don't know where you guys were when this happened, but I do remember. I was in Lamaha Gardens at the time. I was at Lamaha Gardens, not too far away from Congress Place. But y'all remember this guy when Granger was running for his second term as leader of the party, and they had a whole team up there that shooting up at Congress Place and all kind of thing. This guy was one of Granger's bodyguards at the time, right? One of Granger's bodyguards at the time. Why that photo not go uploading now, right? So it seems Aubrey Norton is planning to pull another one of these, well, pull a David Granger at the Congress. So here you see, well, you know, it's look Nigel Hughes sit down there with Cathy. Oh my goodness, Nigel Cathy, George Norton Sharma, his son not this only for Granger. Um, Carl Greenwich, who now working with the government to ensure that the SCP won't get taken away. The rubber stamp Moses Nagamutu in the bottom corner there. Yeah, it's the whole crew. And in the back, you got a boy with the purple suit. This is the guy when they rigged the internal elections to have Granger win again as leader of the party. This is the guy standing up here with gun in hand at Congress Place, right? So you understand why the Indo-Guyanese in the party, the PNC, are fearful. You understand why they are fearful, and now they're speaking out, and in some cases, some of them, at least the females, probably scared to come out in support of their colleagues because they got big bullies like this in the PNC waiting to deal with you if you step out of line. You understand? So I'm just reminding persons. Aubrey Norton left the Congress, the last, well, not, no, the last Congress, it would have been the second to last Congress. With Granger was voted as leader and presidential candidate and whatnot, to say that they rigged that election at Congress Place. Now Aubrey Norton is taking a page out of the book of Granger and trying to do same. Counselor, I have no idea whether the computer has been found, right? Counselor Chase Green wants to know if they found the computer. I am saying, Counselor, I do not know. If you know, let us know. Or if we know who got the computer, with the membership of the PNCR and the SOPs, we would love to see them, please. The SOP. We don't care about the membership. Y'all got to deal with the membership and thing. Norton. Y'all got to deal with the membership and how many people voting and thing. But bring back the computer with the SOP, so at least we could get to see it. The Russians gone with this computer, people. You remember there's 4. They've deported 3 and they couldn't find one. The one Russian that they could not find is the person who gone with the computer. You hear me? The one Russian that Kemraj and Cathy Hughes could not find, gone with this computer and drop it by Aubrey Norton. Right? That's what's going on right now. So the CPU and listen, the CPU and last. They know the CPU there. They know where the computer is. It's just that, you know, they gotta play a game for the public. Now, guys, especially persons here in Guyana, we understand that there's a power situation and the government is working to address it. I am asking persons in Guyana here, let's be smart and conserve on electricity. Morning to Karen Carter joining me on the live. Pick up yourself, Sharty. But yeah, guys, unnecessary lights in the house, and you know, let's try to conserve until we have everything sorted in relation to reliable power generation from GPM. So I'm not telling you, so if you got stuff to do in a room, not to use the light. When you're done, you left the room, turn off the light. You understand? There's less of a demand for power. Mandessa Noon's morning to you, right? It's a less of a demand for power. Shafiq joining us from Florida morning. So, yeah, we can play our role. We could play our role by turning off this or that and ensuring that we're not wasting too much of power. Rickford, Pushram Kishore telling me Rickford Borg supposed to have some conference with Hakeem Jeffries in the in the somewhere in the States, right? Somewhere in the States. Anybody who's still going to these sessions organized by Rickford Borg and paying the 200 US and them thing to go, y'all try. It's your money. It's your money. If you have money to share with to Rickford Borg and that kind of thing, I don't know what to tell you. Not my 40,000. Not mine. If you have that to give away, by all means, do your thing. And at the end of the day, to what end? To what end? Hakeem Jeffries can't effect any change in Guyana. What Hakeem Jeffries could come to Guyana and tell the government to do outside of what they're doing already to empower and enable Guyanese? Well, Guyanese. What? The government has been doing its own work to ensure that persons are benefiting from what they're entitled. They're getting the entitlement and making things better for people, right? What is Hakeem Jeffries coming to tell the president or ministers of Guyana to do outside of what they've been doing? I'd really like to talk to this guy a day, to ask him, what evidence has Rickford Borg given you to support the narrative that he has been pursuing and in some cases Hakeem Jeffries has been supporting? And what y'all need to remember too, people like Hakeem Jeffries, it's not like they are or really care about what's happening in Guyana, They are just looking for those Guyanese who are overseas or like Rickford Borg, who's a resident, who have the ability to vote for them, for their elections or whatever it is that they got coming up to. You understand? They ain't concerned, but if they ain't concerned about Guyanese, Hakeem Jeffries ain't concerned about Guyanese. He's concerned about the Guyanese living in America, who are legally in America, who have the ability to vote, pandering to the things that they claim affecting them when they're living in America, they ain't experiencing Guyanese life, to get their votes. So it's clearly a case of Jeffries using Rickford Borg to accomplish his own personal political goals. You understand? Using Rickford Borg to advance his political agenda. And if you're representing the Black Caucus, what better to bring them in and to have them jump on your trade than to say, hey, Black people getting discriminated against in Guyana. But you offer and so many people and Jillian Lewis, y'all are so true. Let's wait to see pictures of this massive turnout at this event. Y'all remember the conference on Washington thing, the corner of the room that they're showing you? Majority of the people from the conference was the political opposition here in Guyana that fly to the States to attend. Man, look, these people, I don't know what to say about the PNC. I really don't, well, what more to say? I don't know what more to add. They are in a thing by themselves. Right? What else I wanted to raise with y'all today? I saw Sherrod Duncan went to Bad Settlement. And trying to rile up some farmers who in the video, I think it was 26 minutes long or 20 something minutes long. Up to now, in say we got transport for this property. up to now. And it brought me back at, to the vendors around Banks DIH there, right? People crying that they're there for 20 years and 30 years and how much years and how much years. But if you're there illegally, how does that justify you being there? You're there illegal. It's not like you're there and you had a legal right and somebody coming to take something that you own away from you. A piece of land was made available that was not in use at the time, right? Now, use for the land get fine. And you're saying because you've been there for 10 or 20 years without actually any ownership of the property, you might have gotten permission to use it to graze cattle and pigs or whatever it is. You think that gave you prescriptive rights? We also have to look at the fact that in Guyana, we have this way of persons deciding in a residential area. Morning to Mika Bihari, Edward Boudou, Margaret Charles. Right? We have a way in this country that persons, so let's say I'm living in Diamond, right? Diamond is a housing scheme, residential area. And my neighbor now decide he want a side hustle. So in his backyard now, he go and build a chicken pen in his backyard to rear chicken. Now, one, you can't just do that. Whilst people do it here in this country, look, they got a place in Eccles, Road Eccles. You go through all the way to the back street, right? They got some people. Now, mind you, it's not a farming area. This is not a farming area. This is people living in the house, right? If you see cows these people got in the yard, cow, duck, pig in their yard, the yard full of cow mess, full of cow mess. When you bank the corner there, back street, because the government now doing the road, the concrete. It's concrete. I think it's a concrete road. No, I think it's asphaltic surface. But the government doing the road in the back there. If you see the condition in the yard, any sanitary would come and I can't even say cut it down. We'll close it down because it is not a shop. But they probably move the animals away from there. Oh God, you gotta have consideration for your neighbors. You understand? Like the entire area was cleared. Yeah, so I firmly believe persons who want to engage in livestock rearing should go about it the right way. You can't just decide you want to mine cows and in a residential area, you bring a set of cows in your yard, the cows messing around the place, got the place smelling bad. You understand? The lying down in the road and all kind of thing. Come on. In no civilized society you can do that, right? And the persons in bad settlement talking but how they gonna go tell the back dam to mind the animal and the far. And sir, if you are going to engage in cattle rearing, pigs, chickens, whatever it is, you have to put systems in place to that. You have to put the systems in place. You can't just decide to mine animals anywhere. Come on. And for Sherrod to go there, Sherrod come from a government that don't play. They want you in a certain way, out. So a lot of persons who were squatting, who've been regularized now. I remember a guy in Linden, Minister Rodriguez was up there recently, 167 persons who were regularized in the Fitzhope scheme and the Amelia's Ward extension. That didn't anyway. So 167 persons regularized in that area, right? And I interviewed a guy who said straight up, thanks to the president and the team, thanks to the president and the team for seeing with us and working with us, because we know we were there illegal. And if it was another administration, all they would do is throw we off the land and we'd had nowhere to go. So people realize the difference between the two. And I'm seeing here Councillor J.S. Green saying that some transports clearly state that there should be no rearing of animals or livestock. Right? I know in some transports, in some these schemes that they're building, you can't have like a commercial building or commercial activity in the housing scheme. It's a residential area. You understand? Right? And next one, she crying and going on. Come on, people. We can't want to, because of longevity, or let me find a better word, because of the fact that we've been at a place for some time in illegally, the length of time of us being there makes it legal, right? Just like the vendors at Demico. The amount of time that you've been there doesn't make what you're doing right. The people from Banks DIH, right? The people from Banks DIH, they have invested in their business, and you guys are stymieing their business. I am absolutely sure they got people who don't go to banks. And I think I read it in an article. People don't go there because of the congestion under there. Right? They don't go because of the congestion. Yesterday, I was going to a meeting at the office of the Prime Minister, and I was passing on Water Street, right? And a lady was walking, and a push cart person coming in the opposite direction. So a driver of the bus, like, you can't really push this push cart up the one way. And in my mind, I'm like, this lady wouldn't have been in the road if the sidewalk that is there, you could have access. Now the whole of Water Street, at least up to, I think, GBTI Bank and Republic Bank on both sides, the sidewalk is completely taken over with vendors. And the messed up thing is, the vendors storing their, what to call it, the stand, whatever extras they got on the sidewalk, put the stall on the road. So now you're walking in the middle of the road, battling with the traffic. You understand? Come on, buddy. Come on. And again, it come back down to City Hall. Mayor Mentor, what are you doing in relation to the street vending in the city? Is it possible that you could repurpose Forest Federation building and make it into like a minimal market area or something, put in the AC and put the vendors in there? And mind you, you know how these vendors get on the roadside? A lot of them have stalls, A lot of them got stall in the market and in the bazaar and stuff. But they don't want, their idea is to catch the people passing on the road who might want something but ain't able to go in the market. So they can sit on the side of the road and they can shop and buy it. You understand? So that is their reasoning for being out there, to capture those persons passing on the road. No, I always maintain, if all of them move, right, people can't buy stuff on the road there, people will go where you are to shop, because people gotta eat. At the end of the day, if none of you are there on the side of the road and all of you are in the market, people will have to go into the market to shop. The fact that y'all are out there encouraging more people to come out there because they can feel, well, hey, I there in the market and nobody come in here because y'all out there and y'all selling what you selling and people ain't got no reason to come in here to me. So people feeling disenfranchised in the market, and then they're gonna come out and block up the road more. So just move everybody, put them in the market, and that's that. You can't vend on the road, plain and simple. Anybody want anything, go in the market and buy it. Go in the market and buy it. And Regent Street is becoming the same thing too. These store owners who are taking, okay, and it's like a battle, because if the store owner don't put their thing outside, there's somebody else gonna come and put their thing outside there. Good Life Supermarket at the end of Alexander and Regent Street, right? I don't know if it's the Chinese got them thing out there or who, but come on, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. I am hoping that Councillor Chase Green, Councillor DeArmas, Councillor Jacobs, Councillor Ashby, Councillor Young, Councillor Singh, right? I'm hoping that these individuals can put their hand on the report from the mayor and his trip to Ghana, right? So that we could have a better idea of how he plans to remedy this market situation, street vending situation in this country. Top of the morning to my friend, my brother, Quincy Anderson. Good guy, right? I am waiting, and I'm going to be on those councillors' back to find out what the report said. Councillor Chase Green, if you are here on this live still, could you please let me know if the report from the mayor has been submitted to the councillors for review in relation to upgrading the markets in the capital city? Because I'd like to know what fruit we're bearing from this Ghana trip, right? Look, you see, and mind you, people, this is the councillor saying every day the council is faced with injunctions to remove vendors. Every day. And guess what? You see how banks get through with the court? Munishwar had some issue the other day. Let all them business owners come together and go to the court. You understand me? And cause those persons there to be removed harshly. I thank God it's not the government involved and it's private people moving to the court to do this. They would have wanted to crucify this government if the government had decided, you know what, let me take street vending in hand. When last the vendors hear or see the mayor? Where's the mayor? I thought he come back. You don't see or hear nothing from this man. Or I should say anything with sense. Okay, he's very chatty. Well, bear stripping is he talking. So again, I'm suggesting to the mayor, you have Forest Federation building there as an eyesore to the people of this capital city, right? Make Cloudbridge use trouble. But you have Forest Federation building there. Come on, clean out the building, put on nice grill and windows and stuff, and make an indoor vending market facility. You could do it in levels. The forest floor, you could got greens the forest floor, you could put people who selling like fish and meat and that kind of thing. Second floor, you could get greens. Third floor, people who selling clothes and them kind of thing. Fourth floor, some people who selling different stuff. Forest Federation building and take off all the vendors off the street, but it will be a start to put them in some place where you know they got a spot. So they're supposed to be back on the road. So you'll be clearing away, and whilst you're clearing away, you're ensuring that no new people come and take those spots. When the foreign circus leaves, cut Durban Park in half, put a market there, put all of them there, all of them could hold there. Court Innes, thank you. This morning when I went to the bathroom to relieve myself, I said, yes, You definitely have to be like that. Let me see who's court. Let me see who's court. Hey, court, you might make my day better right now. Let me see who's courting this. This guy look familiar, man. So court is a worries from, well, probably a Guyanese from who living in Cayman Islands right now. So here you have again Georgetown, Cayman Islands. Here you have again another stupid Guyanese who had to run out to the country under PNC rule, coming here to talk nonsense. Court, get away from here. It's 9 o'clock, people. Right? And I heading out to here. Don't forget this afternoon, for the persons in the Torkine, Liliendal, Sophia areas, there'll be 2 public meeting and contract signing for road works in these various. Gillian said, throw you up. I'm gonna throw you up, Gillian. Court is across. Let me see. Court is across. Court come like a force. Court can't even take out pictures with the head in them. He cutting off. He said, this is court, people. And still a saying, put the market by Durban Park. Put it there. Put the market there. Cut that worries in half. Here say court come like GPL, a full force. If you ask, well, court in Cayman, don't worry, court. Court in Cayman, wearing a lot of gold. Court enjoying the best life in Cayman. Court there in Cayman since 2016. You understand me? These is people who run from on the Burnham time, living the best life in other people's country. Can't get them to come back and do nothing in this country and develop and do nothing. They ain't building Guyana, but they're running the stink mouth on social media. You understand? I don't know who white court mouth with it. Anyway, I stop it. But this is the worries. Just like DJ, some worries who come here the other day. And watch, I am not afraid to engage y'all, you know. So when you tell me I talk is stupidness, I want you to come and show me what's the stupidness I talk, you know, and back up your points that you're making. Tell the persons on this live here, how has whatever you're supporting benefited Guyanese? Do you come and vote in this country, or are you voting in Cayman and ensuring that is the Caymanese government or the government over there is functioning properly? These persons, and mind you, I have no issue with Guyanese in the diaspora commenting on stuff that's happening here, right? But when you're doing it from an uninformed point of view, like Court and Rickford Bork and Melly Mel and those people who don't come here to see what's going on. Marisha said this man, somebody said this man is correct, the family. He got the insurance policy too. He got the You understand me? I like these people to come here and defend their points, because they can't tell you in no way, shape, or form how they, the family, the community that they come from, or they left and run to Cayman Islands benefited. You understand? And when you see so, Court probably struggling over there in Cayman, you know. All the duck gold that he wearing when he come back here to show off on people. Court, why? People, Sophia today is where it's going down. Sophia, Torkine, Liliendal. Vice President Dr. Bart Jagdu and several ministers of government will be there to have contracts signed to bolster the roadworks that have already been happening in the community, and to meet with residents to find out their concerns and to make sure that they're clear in relation to the trajectory of the government going forward. Right? That's all the time I have with you guys today. Wonderful being here with you. I see Council Stephanie Nelson Moore. Passat Party, I am not sure. I am not sure. But most likely I will try to be. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. Y'all be good Guyanese. And continue to be informed, engaged. Find out what's happening in your country. Don't just go on hearsay. And I even tell y'all, don't just listen to me. Anything that I tell y'all here, go to Google, check it. Check what I'm saying. Check what I'm saying. Yeah, Quincy, Sophia is it. I'm gonna be there. I might run a live. I had wanted to do anyway. Y'all be good Guyanese. Special good morning to Sharifa Ali. And guys, please make sure that you check out her program on NCN Radio. I'm not too sure of the time that it starts, but check out her radio program. She's on daily. I think, is it after lunch or before lunch? What's the time of the program? Let me check your page quick. Right, but check out our radio program. Very interesting, and it's Indian music, but I wait, like, she delete me. Yeah, but check out our program. I think it's on Hot 98 and 100 FM. I'm not sure the days. Okay, good. So it's Marish Masala from 5 to 8 p.m. on Hot 98.1 Hot FM. Right, guys? So check out our program there. Very interesting, lovely Indian music and commentary from Miss Ali. Right? Thank you guys for being here. Continue to be good Guyanese. Don't get involved in opposition foolishness. If you're in Sophia, come out to the meeting and hear what they have for you, plan for your community. For all the persons from the ministries, the RDCs, the NDCs working in these regions, continue doing the good work. For those PNC NDCs that are doing foolishness, like in Port, that dumping the garbage on the ground, that y'all had Nima flew all the way up there to talk nonsense about, get your act together. Nima, get your husband to fix the ground in Maka. Clear that ground so the Maconians can use it. And don't go around the place being a blasted fool. Nima flew best. The ground that your husband was involved in working on, that was never finished, get it sorted out so the Maconians get to use it. I'll see you guys here tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember, your government is working. Your government is working, despite what people or opposition persons might be saying to you. You understand? And if you don't see it, you step outside and have a look around the place. You step outside and you make a 360 spin. Right? Step outside and make a 360 spin, and you'll see your government is working. I'm out of here, and as I usually tell y'all before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
It must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been good, but I lost it somehow.
there's gonna be a time where the is gonna come into effect.
Mali, 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 sugar, 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 papi, 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 sour, 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 sour.
Oh God.
Entertainer time.
Oh God.
All the girls,
Oh God.